What is the difference between a negative peace and a positive peace? The distinction is important, but it's not necessarily well understood. A lot of people look at war and peace as a binary. You either have war or you have peace. But really, peace exists along a spectrum. And to illustrate this point, let me offer a scenario. Let's say there's a US reconnaissance aircraft that's flying in Northeast Asia and it is accidentally shot down by a self defense force air defense unit from Japan. Now, let's say that same reconnaissance aircraft is flying in the region and is accidentally shot down by a Korean People's Army air defense unit from the DPRK. In which of those situations are we more likely to see a resumption of hostilities? Now, in your minds, the answer is probably very clear. Why is that? If you think about it, the United States was in a total war with Japan from 1941 to 1945. Not too different in time and space, the United States was fighting a war with the DPRK on the Korean Peninsula. So, why is it that in one situation, the presumed likelihood of hostilities seems so much higher than the other? And therein lies the difference between a negative peace and a positive peace. You see, peace is a spectrum that runs through a negative peace, which is the absence of hostilities, to a positive peace. And that's where the presence of relationships, linkages, and ties renders the use of military force for resolving disputes either untenable or unfathomable. Thus, when we talk about peacemaking, that's aimed at achieving a cessation of hostilities to reach the negative peace. Meanwhile, peace building is working towards that positive peace. The path to peace never runs along a straight line, but it's important to understand and recognize this distinction so that we may develop more effective policies aimed at peacemaking and peace building. Thank you for joining us for this Parley Policy Minute. See you again soon.